2.2, dividing integers. When we divide integers or find the quotient of two integers, if they both have the same sign, then our answer is going to be positive. This sounds very similar to when we were multiplying integers, correct? So here we have negative 18 divided by negative 6, and that would be a 3. Now the answer is going to remain positive because both our signs are the same. We have a negative and a negative. Same signs, your answer is going to be positive. Now here we have 12 divided by 4. That is also 3. And since both of these are positive, then our answer needs to remain positive since they both have the same sign. Same signs, the answer is positive. And you guessed it, when you have different signs, the answer is going to be a negative. So for this one here, 75 divided by 3 is a 25, but since they're different signs, our answer must be negative. Negative 54 divided by 6 is a 9. Since 54 is negative and 6 is positive, our answer needs to be negative. Different signs negative, same signs positive. Okay, time for you to write in your notes. There are 2 fill in the blanks and 4 check boxes. Now, the other thing in this lesson is talking about evaluating expressions. You will be given an expression that has variables in it. Remember, variables are unknown values. But in this case, they are going to tell you what value x is and what value y is. So then you are going to simply substitute the numbers, then evaluate. So for both of these problems, they're telling us to use x equals 8 and y equals negative 4. So wherever we see an x over here, we have to put in an 8. That means the 8 goes on top. And wherever we see a y, we have to put negative 4. 2 times a negative 4. And then we simply evaluate this. So 8 can stay on the top because there's nothing else to do. But on the bottom, we have to multiply 2 and negative 4. We know 2 times 4 is an 8. And since both these signs are different, it must be negative. We can simplify that. 8 over 8 is the same as 1, but we have to keep that negative. So the answer is a negative 1. Now on this one here, again, they're telling us what x is, they're telling us what y is. We simply just have to substitute. So wherever we see the x, we have to put in an 8. That means a negative 8 squared plus 12 divided by y, but they told us y is a negative 4. Now remember, we have to then use PEMDAS. So we have to do what's inside our parentheses first. 8 times 8, which is the exponent, right? 8 to the second power. 8 times 8 is 64. We can take that negative. And then we need to do our division, which is this. 12 divided by 4 is the same as 3. So negative 64 plus 3 is the same as a negative 61, using our knowledge of how to add integers. Okay, there are actually some notes for you to finish, and then for you to do 2 practice problems. All right, some hints on the practice problems. Remember, when we evaluate an expression and we are given these values for x and y, we have to substitute those in. Okay, so wherever we see an x, we have to put a 12. Wherever we see a y, we have to put in a -2. So our problem or our expression becomes 12 divided by 2 times a -2. So then you can evaluate that and then you should find your answer. On this one here, they're telling us that x equals 3 and y equals -1, and we want to evaluate the expression when those are true. So here we have a negative. What did they tell us? X was 3 to the second power plus 12 divided by a -1. Remember, using PEMDAS, we need to do our exponent first, and then we need to do our division, and then finally our addition. Okay? And that is it for 2.2.